I'm glad he said that. I need my other phone open. Bro, I bought the house. I paid the taxes on all the houses. I bought all the houses in cash. After I got locked up and I seen how nobody had enough money to take care of my shit when I was gone, I said, moving forward, if I could afford to buy it, I'm going to just buy it. I'm never getting a mortgage. I'm never doing a lease. I'm never doing that. I bought every house in cash. I pay every insurance on every house. I pay all the taxes on every house. Only thing he had to do was pay the utilities. And most of the time, those had turn off and termination notices because he wasn't paying them. The last one that he claimed he paid, he texted me. This is why I don't know why he's saying this. He texted me, yo, that came out of my account, $4,000. I said, okay, my bad. I said, well, you owe me $15,000. You borrowed the last month. You asked about $25,000. I gave it to you in cash. You gave me back $10,000. You owe me $15,000. Just take it out of that. It is what it is. Why get a fucking termination notice like the next month or 2 months later? He never even paid. He paid. It came out of his account and he refuted the charge. Yo, this is crazy. Look at this. Look, my phone died. Look, it's coming back on by itself. That's not crazy. Look at God. My phone died. I didn't even charge it. It's coming back on. God want me to tell y'all something. Bro, I don't care about nothing about what you're talking about.
She decides, and I decide that we're going to go to therapy. But she brings it to my attention, to be honest. She said, I think we should do therapy. I said, okay. Even though I'm private and I don't like to speak to people about my personal business, that was a very, very difficult thing for me to do. But I said, you know what? Let's do the therapy. We go to the therapist. The therapist's first question is, do you guys want a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. So when she comes on live and say, we haven't slept in the bed since 2022, and to make it seem like and fabricate a story like we had some agreement, you such a liar. There was no agreement. When I found out you was with the lame, you denied it. You shitted on him. Basically said, yo, why would I be with him? Why do you think I would be with him? And then you wanted to go to therapy. So check it out now. Check it out. So when we go to therapy, the therapist says, do y'all want to get a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. I'm going to be honest. Because honestly, I didn't want to not live under the same roof as my 5-year-old. I love all my kids the same. But when you have children, and everyone knows that about me. Everybody who know me, y'all know my character. Y'all know her character. Very rude, very disrespectful, not just to me, to everyone. But that speaks volumes. I didn't want to we planned to raise her with both parents. That was the plan. So I did not want to not live under the same roof with my little girl. I was there from the moment she came out of the womb, and I intended, and I always told her, I want to be there to the moment we take her to her prom. So when she graduates high school, college, get her degrees, I want to be there to take my daughter to her prom. And I told her that. So I never wanted to leave from under the roof of my baby. That's why I stayed around for this nonsense. And I don't want to go away from the point. Okay, so we did the therapy. The therapist gave us that option. We both said we want to work it out. She said, this is the plan. I'm going to give y'all a plan to work it out. She said, Pat, because like I told y'all previously, once I seen that she was cheating, like she was moving real strange, I'm talking about leaving for hours at a time. Every time I questioned it, it was a lie, just strange behavior. So once I noticed that she was moving strange, I started to do my research. So the therapist said, because she told the therapist, mind you, she got all these lies to y'all about me. The only thing she told the therapist was, oh, he doesn't trust me. He's going to keep looking behind me and trying to, find out what I'm doing. But the only reason why I was looking behind her is because she was moving strange. So I agreed to, not show distrust or whatever. And the therapist told her, Remy, since you're saying that it's only business with this dude moving forward, but y'all have a last event coming up, after this event, you're going to cut all ties with this individual. This is what the therapist said. She said, Pap, because I told Rem back then, before I even clipped him, I said, when I catch son, I'm putting him down. I'm putting him down. He violated, you know what I'm saying? And what I noticed, when I found out, I noticed that every time me and her stepped out and made an appearance, he'd go post on his gram, do little sucker shit. He'd go make a post on his story about us. So I'm watching this. Mind you, y'all, I'm not saying nothing the whole time. I know this nigga sleeping with my wife, but I ain't saying nothing. Feel me? I'm like, I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't saying nothing. Son doing sucker shit on the gram. That's cool. I ain't paying that no mind. We go to therapy. The therapist come up with the plan. We put the plan together. The therapist said she has this event coming up at Sony Hall, which was the battle between him and Hitman. She said, you can go to the event, right? But don't knock him. Don't do nothing to this individual. She said, I said, I'm going to go to the event. I'm going to fall back. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do nothing. After the event, she's supposed to leave the dude alone. Right? I go to the hold on a second, man. Give me 1 second. I don't know what to do. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second, y'all. One second, y'all. Okay, back to the subject of the matter. So I go to the event. It's the battle with him and Hitman. Everybody there. Everybody remember that event. Y'all notice I never came on the stage, right? Never came on the stage, stayed in the crowd, fell back. Watched the entire little week battle, whatever, you know what I'm saying? On his behalf, because he trash. Watch him do his little trash battle. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm watching it, I never did nothing. When we left the battle, I went home with my daughter. She went home with the lame. Went home with the lame. Okay. She came home. She went home with the lane, stayed out all night, came home probably like the next morning. When she came home, after that, the baby is there. I ain't tripped. Kept it moving, kept raising my daughter, kept it pushing. A couple days go by, things a little peaceful around the crib. I reach out to the therapist, let her know what transpired. We went to the event, everything was everything. After those couple days, me, her, and my daughter, we all sleep in the same room. We go to bed. I'm saying it's bedtime. We sleep together in the same bed every night. As we're sleeping in the bed, I fall asleep. My daughter's in the middle of us. So it's 2 beds in our room now at this time because she started doing weird things around the crib or whatever. So me, her, and my daughter in the same bed. It's another bed over there. I wake up. It's just me and my daughter in the bed. So I get up. I see her in the other bed. So I go over to the other bed. And as I go to the other bed, I notice that her phone is on. When I pick up the phone, I see the lame on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay. She on the phone with the lame. So after that, I woke her up. Hey, what's going on? This what you doing in here? This is what we doing? She started lying again, fabricating, this, that, and the third. Long story short, she kept cheating with the lame. Okay. Move forward from that. Another battle comes up. The lame not on the card. He not on the card. It's just another event. But mind you, like I told y'all previously, I'm there for my daughter. I'm there being a father. I'm not going to allow this situation to take me away from my child. So what I did was kept raising my daughter. Even though I know that she's a narcissist, very contradictive, very bipolar, I said, you know what? I'm going to keep raising my daughter. I'm not going to let this situation to remove me from under the roof of my child. I kept raising my daughter, take my daughter to school every single day, doing everything a father's supposed to do. In the process of me raising my daughter, Another event is coming up later on down the line. The lame is not on the card.
But what we not gonna do is let Papoose and his current come-up situation distract y'all from the fact that he still has not signed anything. Okay? Let's not let them deflect. I don't care if you went on the website last night irately to prove a point and started filling out shit that ain't never gonna get answered because it's a weekend and then Monday's a holiday. I do not care. This man ain't right 90% of anything. Like, I wish he paid 90% of the fucking bills. We probably wouldn't be here, but that's neither here nor there. Not only did this man not write for me, that's where a lot of his animosity comes from. Every time we would do interviews and people would be like, oh my God, do y'all rap battle? Who's better? Like, she's better, she's better. In his heart though, it pains him because he really wants this. He wants this. We're talking about somebody who literally sat and made an album each month for a year straight that nobody purchased. And then here I am, literally making a lot of money on old work. And then sometimes I'll pop out with a little verse on Ghetto and Ratchet with Kanye, or I'll pop out with a verse on a Mary J record, or I'll do something with my brother Fat Joe. And every time I do, they're like, yo, Remy, please, where's the album? Where's the album? And he envies that I had that demand and or that I have the leisure to not really do music because financially I'll still be okay. Right? I was always being threatened, or should I use the word blackmail, since that's the word we like to use. The only person that has ever tried to blackmail me was Papoose. All of these things he's saying now, oh, I wrote her music, oh, she's abusing her daughter. This man will wait till my daughter did something out of pocket, because he doesn't chastise any of them, really. Wait till my daughter does something out of pocket, and when I go to chastise her, he was secretly recording me. The same way he played a clip of a secret recording the other day, yesterday or whenever, he was secretly recording me and then telling me like, yo, I'll play this and tell him that you abuse our daughter. Swear to God. Swear to God. This is the type of manipulator that we're dealing with. He loves using the word narcissist, strangely. Look at the tactics of a narcissist. When they can't control you anymore, they try to assassinate your character with lies. You understand? My daughter's well taken care of. And not because of him. That man didn't even contribute $1 to her being here. IVF cost me over $100,000. And I only had to do IVF because I kept having miscarriages. Because he kept trying to get me pregnant, even though I wanted to focus on my career. Right? So that's that. To say that you penned anything, you're corny. Like, no, the fact that nobody even believes you. I don't know why academics is over there like, yo, this was it. Sir, please, don't use your platform to promote positivity. Don't push propaganda and lies. So that was that. It really wasn't even that serious, but I felt like I have to say that. The part that really the part that scuffed my Timbs is that this man really tried to come on here and say that that he caught me with a female, which is one of my friends, which I've been holding her back for years because she hasn't liked this man for years. Like, yo, you can't say nothing, you can't say anything. You gotta respect it. You not only did you disrespect her, you said her name, everything. So whatever she says about you, it's out of my hands right now. But he caught me in a sexual act with a female with my daughter on the bed. I slipped out of the bed with him after he was trying to get something, denied him. I always deny him. I've denied him. I haven't had sex with him in years. But I slipped out of our bed and tried to go get in another bed with a girl, a female, which is my friend, one of my close friends for years and years and years. And he caught me with my daughter and all this. First of all, you try to say what you said about Easy. Oh, he a little. I think it's a little sugar in his tank. That's weird to me. That you literally got one hand, thought you had a flex trying to say, oh, she's bisexual. This, like, I'm actually not. But thanks for the uplift, because all the bad bitches that's been in my DMs since you said that, like, shout out to y'all. But try to say that she's done so many things to the people from that community. Who? Most of my friends, femmes, aggressors, my hairstylist, one of my makeup artists, like who? Like, by you saying that really shows how you really feel. Oh, I'm only on here because you talked about my children. What children? Why do people only know that you have 2 children? Mine and your oldest daughter. Why they don't know about your son? Why was there 1,001 blogs posting, oh, his new girlfriend, way back when you was really with your daughter? Because they never even see her that much. You understand? Don't ever fucking play with me. I told you that last time when you tried that son. Oh, she wasn't with my daughter on Christmas. Not only was I with her on Christmas, and your dumb ass was sitting right there. Nigga, I bought the most of like I always do. She won't let me see my daughter. She won't let me see my daughter. I ain't never been the bitch to keep a man away from his kid. I'm not gonna be with the kid all day. Go over there. It's your turn too. You understand? Are you talking about the times when you wanted to take her over to your mother's house? And I told you, don't be having my daughter around the pedophiles that's over there? One of your adopted sisters, knowingly, y'all all know about it over there, touching on kids. And that's why she ain't never been over there. That's why she don't know them. And you agreed with it when we were together. Hence why my daughter ain't never really go over there like that. So don't try to sit here and spin and act like, oh, she... The same one whose sister is in the shade room comments popping. Worry about your pedophile sister that y'all protecting over there on that side of the family. Okay? Okay? Yes, I'm going there. I'm going to go there with y'all every time. That's in my divorce papers as well. You can have it whenever you want, take it wherever you want. I don't want her around no known pedophiles that are being protected. Tell me I'm lying. Say I'm lying. Should I list who she touched? That y'all all know about? And then y'all all act like y'all don't see nothing? That upsets me. That makes me mad. When somebody acts like and tries to attack my motherhood, that upsets me. And he knows that.
Also, she wanted to talk about all of this money talk and all of this and what I don't got and what I got. Since I met her, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth. And with me saying that, I want to say this to y'all. Anyone who has an iPhone, you know how iPhones work. When I was younger, I used to be able to write rhymes in my head, create rhymes in my head, and remember them. Just like that. As time went on, I got a little older, I started to write rhymes in my email draft. Now, if you have an iPhone, you go in your email draft. If anybody come around me, and we're in the flesh next to each other, I can type in any word from one of her songs, and her entire rap will come up. The entire verse will come up. I never asked for a penny. I never asked for credit. She was my wife. I didn't want anything from her. I just wanted to see her win. Like I said, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth since I met her. Y'all said it. Y'all said it numerous times. Oh, we know that's Pep behind that pen. Did I ever agree with y'all? Did I ever put it out there? I never said I wrote her rhymes. I left it. Remy is everything I ever wanted in a wife. A partner, a friend, my backbone, my other half. I wrote tons of her music. 90% of her music, I wrote it. You're not Cardi B, man. This is how phony you is. Very bipolar, very delusional. All of the utilities are in my name.